What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the Puerto Rican Conservative, and today we'll be discussing the rise of socialism in America and how socialism is dangerously picking up momentum in many U.S. states. Leaving the question, could it be possible that this recent receding of the democratic tide that we've all been witnessing will come back to eventually endanger our political shores in the form of a tsunami-sized socialist flood tide? Well, today we'll be covering this and many more questions, including when did this socialist trend begin and why socialism thrives off intersectionality and class conflict. So stick around and let's trace the facts together.
Hey, yo, I love when cats think they're bigger than a sumo. That's when I hit them with a little Puerto Rican judo. Oh, you don't know what that is, that's when I say.
It wasn't until newcomer Alexandria Cortez ousted established Democrat Joe Crowley that people all of a sudden took notice in the presence of socialism in America. But if we take a short tour through history and land somewhere towards the ending of 2016, we'll remember the precise political pivotal point that led to the ideological polarization of the left and the down spiral of the Democratic Party. Now, as many people may recall, during the Democratic nomination, Debbie Wasserman Schultz had to step down as DNC chairwoman after it was discovered that she, along with other DNC staffers, colluded to sabotage socialist Bernie Sanders. This created a flood of outrage from his supporters, furious about the internal corruption of establishment Democrats. Many of them took to the streets by the thousands to protest Hillary Clinton's nomination. All you heard in the street was, "Our voices cannot be silenced." And how did the Democrats and Hillary Clinton respond to this? Well, by hiring Debbie Wasserman Schultz, the same one primarily responsible for the sabotaging of Bernie Sanders less than 2 weeks after she had to resign as DNC chairwoman. What is the result of this decision? 6 months later, more than 12% of those who voted for Bernie during the primaries conclusively voted for Donald Trump. These numbers are according to credible data that I obtained from the Cooperative Congressional Election Study. And considering more than 13 million votes were pledged in favor of Bernie Sanders, I believe this led to the receding blue tide and reinforced in the minds of many socialists that as long as socialists and Democrats continue to work together under this blue umbrella, the elitist Democratic establishment will never ever truly let them get ahead as a movement. Almost 2 years after this incident, we are now witnessing the unexpected rise of socialism in many U.S. states. In New York, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez created the blueprint to launching a successful campaign against established Democrats. The key? Tap into the concerns of those described under the intersectionality movement. Considering the economic and social disparity are both the most referenced points of discussion when addressing classism as a contributor to class conflict. Also note that Alexandria Ocasio was advised by the DNC not to run against Joe Crowley, and she did, which means she not only went up against the Democratic establishment, she succeeded in doing so, making her an inspiration to many anti-establishment millennials and grassroots movements. Immediately after her victory, socialists throughout New York and other states, both blue and red, released a list of candidates running as socialists in more than 30 states in the U.S. In New York, Julia Salazar, who volunteered for Alexandria Ocasio's campaign, is also running in New York's 18th district against, once again, an established Democrat who's represented that district for more than 18 years. Then you have Cynthia Nixon running for the governor, for governor against borderline socialist Andrew Cuomo, who's already implementing socialist elements into New York, such as free college. Nearby in Pennsylvania, you have Summer Lee, a well-educated African-American lawyer, running for the 34th district. Elizabeth Fiedler for District 184 House of Representatives, and Lee Carter, who's running in Virginia for House of Delegates in the 50th district. Now, if you think this is a problem only plaguing blue states, Texas has over 17 candidates running as socialists. Franklin Bynum, who's running for Harris County Criminal Court at Lower 8, Louis Conway Jr. for Austin City Council District 1, Derek Crow running for Congress, Texas District 21, Hunter Crow running for Arlington, Texas ISD School Board Trustee, PL 5, Chantel Eldridge for the 331st Criminal District Court in Travis County, Ernesto Gloria for Tarrant County Justice of the Peace Precinct 2, Omar Cardia for Williamson County Treasurer, Ali Corisani for Congress, Texas District 2, Stephen Kling for Texas State Senate District 25, McKinley Melancon for Travis County Criminal Court at Law 5, Danny Morris for Harris County Department of Education Board of Trustees Position 6, Justin Snyder for Congress, Texas District 6, Rick Trevino for Congress, Texas District 23, Jose Vela for Texas House District 46, Tom Wakely for Texas Governor, Susanna Woody for Travis County Commissioner's Court, Precinct 4, and many, many more. Presently, there are more than 50,000 active members of the Democratic Socialists of America, with branches in more than 30 states. So in layman terms, this is no longer a theory of can it happen in America. This is a mobilized reality. Many states have already begun to experiment with socialist ideas, such as the universal basic income, which was modeled after Denmark's socialist model, economic model. More than 1/3 of the entire U.S. population is already relying on the U.S. government in one form or another. That's almost 109 million people. Understanding these numbers and understanding the psychological impact of classism on society and how class conflict is a proven reality according to historical materialism, then we can conclude that because of the nature and propensity of man to work towards the interests of his own class and or race, and how it contributes to both ethnic and ideological polarization, all we can do is brace ourselves for the inevitable coming wave of the socialist blue tide movement.